So after finishing Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone on the PlayStation 2 for the very first time, I can say it is an okay enough game for what it is. It's neither exceptional or innovative, but it can be an enjoyable experience, especially if you enjoy Harry Potter games from this era. What stood out to me the most is how familiar the game feels. If you've played Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets on the PlayStation 2, this game feels very much like a carbon copy of that formula because it is.
Because it is.
A lot of the structure is the same. You're exploring the same Hogwarts, undertaking challenges to learn new spells, doing tasks for teachers, finding and returning lost property to students, collecting items, and gradually unlocking more of the castle as you progress. The main difference being that everything has been adjusted to fit the story of the Philosopher's Stone, so while the framework feels very familiar, the tasks and objectives are themed around the first book and film. And that can be a good thing or a bad thing depending on how you look at it.
I'm listening.
On one hand, if you enjoyed the Chamber of Secrets, then there's a good chance you'll enjoy this too because it follows a proven formula. Exploring Hogwarts is still charming, the castle still feels fun to move through, and there's enough side content and collectibles to keep the game going. On the other hand, it does mean the game doesn't always feel especially unique. There were definitely moments where it felt more like playing DLC for the Chamber of Secrets game rather than being a completely fresh experience. The major letdown being the common crime of recycling the same supposed boss fights over and over again that they end up feeling more like a chore every time they pop up after the first time you face them.
Not you again.
I will give credit where credit is due that at least the final encounter is unique, which is what I wish I could have seen more of throughout my time playing it. That said, I still can say that I had an alright time with it. There's something really relaxing about these older licensed titles. They're simple, straightforward, and full of charm. The spellcasting mechanic is easy to understand, the puzzles are light enough to keep the pace moving, maneuvering around prefects at night is still terrifying, and the game never becomes overly complicated.
It's not so bad.
It also captures that early, safe and simple Harry Potter atmosphere really well. Walking through Hogwarts, attending classes, casting spells, and progressing through the school year gives it that magical adventure feel fans would probably appreciate. Like most older games, it does show its age in places. Movement can feel a little stiff, the camera is absurd, and some objectives can feel fairly repetitive. But if you can go in expecting a classic PS2 era adventure game with also having never played the Chamber of Secrets version, it's easier to appreciate what it does well above its noticeable flaws.
He's right, you know.
Overall, if I had to rate it, I'd reiterate and say that Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone on the PlayStation 2 is an okay game in my books. It may essentially borrow everything from the Chamber of Secrets game, but the formula still works and there's enough charm here to make it worth visiting out of curiosity. I would, however, recommend electing to try out its PlayStation 1 and PC counterparts that are much more nostalgic and solid games to play through if you can get your hands on them. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a comment below, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.